did it feel to get back out there on the court after having to sit and watch for the first time in your career?
It felt good. It was really hard for me just to sit out and miss a game. Like, I haven't missed a game since probably middle school, since I've been playing basketball, so it was just hard for me to miss my first game since that long. But it felt good just getting out there with my team and competing again.
What was that experience like of sitting there in the barn in Minnesota and having to watch and not? Some guys handle that differently. What was that like for you to have to watch?
It was hard at first. I thought it was going to be pretty easy until I got to the locker room. I see all the players dressing, getting ready for the game. I kind of like broke down a little bit because like I just want to be out there. I never missed a game, like I said, since like middle school, so it was like hard. But I just knew it was best for me and my body and the team at that point. So after just getting over there, if it was just like just cheering them up, do whatever I could do to help them win without me being on the court.
And then how did it feel physically to be back out there? How'd the foot feel at Purdue?
It felt good. It wasn't all the way 100, but it felt good just to get out there, run, just do things that I couldn't do like a week or 2 weeks before that. So it just felt good just to be able to get back there on the court.
When did the injury happen? I mean, obviously during that 9-day layoff, but what happened that caused the issue?
I want to say the game we played before. We got the game canceled before Nebraska, diving for the loose ball on the defensive screen, and that's when it happened there.
And obviously you also had a 9-day layoff, so did you feel rusty at all in the Purdue game? I mean, did it take a minute to kind of get things going back to your normal level?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, for sure. Like, that's my first, I think, before that game, I only practiced one time since, so just getting back on the court, just running up and down, trying to catch my second win, things like that, just getting the flow in the game. It was kind of felt different, but like I said, I was just happy just to be out there with my team and competing against a different team.
You're about halfway through the Big Ten season here in this extra year that the NCAA is giving everybody. What has the opportunity to have an extra year meant to you?
It meant a lot to me, just for going through everything last year with the code and everything like that. I just don't take no game for granted, like, because anytime it could be shut down, anytime, and that's just something I learned through that pandemic era and things like that. So just enjoying every game, enjoying every practice, don't take nothing for granted, and it's been a lot. I loved it. I'm glad I came back.
How do you think it's changed the college basketball as a whole? It seems like every team is old. Every team's got a bunch of fifth, sixth-year dudes. How do you think it's changed the game?
I feel like it made it a little bit more competitive, and because guys is older, guys know what to expect on every team, every different team. So you just got to come with that extra game plan, that extra bite, that extra motor you need to get over the hump and win games, which made it kind of fun for me. Definitely just going out there competing.
How have these practices been, especially after, I mean, such a memorable game on Sunday? I mean, you guys came up short, but I mean, and I know there's like no moral victories or anything, but I mean, have practices felt different? Has there been, I mean, kind of you guys want to have a resurgence after that loss, but I mean, there has to be some confidence after that second half of the second half. So, I mean, how have practices been and how have you guys responded?
Right, we responded well. We did a lot of film study. Well, coach just broke down. We did a good job just showing the errors we made and just showing like every possession matters. So just showing the mistakes and everything we made in possessions before that could have helped us probably win that game. But practice been the same. Coach just like to focus on ourselves, things like that. So we just focus on ourselves, getting better at the little things we need to get better at, so we could be a better team.
I mean, obviously we're 1 month away from, say, the big tournament, like big tournaments, like conference play and the NCAA tournament. I mean, is there, I guess, as each game goes along, is there a different feeling like surrounding the program, knowing that the big time and the time to perform is coming quickly, I guess?
I mean, for players, I would say yes, but just for like all around, we just take it one game at a time. So just focus on each game. Don't look ahead, don't look behind, because once you do that, that's when you'll just lose focus and things like that. So just take one game at each day and each step, a step at a time. So don't look ahead, just.
I guess, I mean, just one more for me. It seemed like that Purdue game seemed to give us kind of a preview of what it takes to play against those top tier teams, what it's going to look like come tournament play. I mean, did you guys sense something similar, and did it kind of give you a path for okay, this is where we need to be when that point comes.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because for a lot of guys, that's like one of the first. I feel like Purdue had one of the loudest college gyms in the country. So just getting our young guys in that atmosphere, players that have been playing but haven't played in a real crowd before, just giving them that experience and things like that, I feel like that will help us in the long run come big tournament time when every game matters, every fan is there and things like that supporting their teams. But yeah, definitely going to help us in the long run.
How did you feel like Michi played, obviously stepping up to start for you in that one game, and then, being in the starting lineup now for the last two since coming back from that, injury he's got going on?
Right. He playing good, just keeping his confidence up, just keep learning the game. Like I said, he's a young player, so it's going to take time him learn the game, but as he learning, he get better and better, and just in practice, he getting better and better and things like that, so that's huge.
Jamari, when you decided to transfer here, what were your impressions of Ohio State? What did you know about the program before they started recruiting you?
I just knew like little things, just playing against them, like they're gonna be ready to play every night. You gotta bring your best. Then I know for us when we could prepare for them, just each player, just how hard they play, just their little things like that. It's just when I went to make that decision, just reaching out to some of them players, just talking to them about how the style of play they play, things like that. Then it is Ohio State. We're like one of the best teams in the Big Ten, so everybody gonna bring their best to you every night, things like that. So that was something different for me, just coming here in this program. So we just have to get prepared for that. But I mean, it's everything I thought it was gonna be, plus more.
Who were some of the guys that you reached out to?
EJ, I was telling him, like, yo, if I come, I definitely need you to come back. Like, I want to play with you. KY, just the older guys I've been playing against before and things like that. But, yeah, EJ was one of the ones, him and KY, for sure.
And then we know how much pride you take in your defense. Looking at the team's numbers as a whole, defensively, I'm sure you guys aren't where you want to be. Do you see that? Is there potential on this team to turn things around a little bit on that end of the court and try to find ways to be more effective on defense?
Yeah, absolutely. That we'll be trying to focus on more because, like you said, defense win games. So we're just trying to get our defense a lot better and just take that end more seriously and just lock in on that end more, things like that. So just going into practice, just breaking down film, watching film, just showing the little things that we need to work on that side of the ball would make us better as a whole team. But defense definitely one of the things we've been focused on lately.
Go ahead, Pat.
As a veteran guy, I'm sure you've been on the end of buzzer beaters and last-second losses before. What's the mentality you have to have, and the whole team has to have, especially the young guys, to bounce back from a disappointment like that?
I would say just 24 hours, like win or lose, just think about that game in the next 24 hours, and after that, let it go. Then it's on to the next one. You can't keep thinking about a game, then go and try and prepare for like a team like Iowa. That's a very good team. Have that last game on your mind, then that's going to affect our play against Iowa. So just soak that game in for 24 hours, then let it go. But just learn from it.
Have you seen guys turn that page, especially the young guys who maybe haven't had to go through that at this level?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like we did, like us as captains and coaching staff, we did a good job just watching film. Then after we watch a film, cleaning up, now we on to the next one. Put that game past us.
I think it, like when a guy transfers in and you know that how he's going to fit offensively and how his skills will translate, like it's kind of easy to see what he has to do to fit in defensively. Is it different? Like when you're bringing in elite defensive talent, what do you have to do to try to assimilate that with the other guys and make sure that your best defensive abilities are fitting in with everybody else's?
I would say just bring it every day in practice. Just be an everyday guy. Then once you do that, I mean the players are gonna follow, and from you just use your voice. I feel like defense a lot of with effort and talking and things like that. So just being an everyday guy, just lead by example. And once the team see that, then they will have no choice but to follow you.
Cool.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Jamari. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You ready for the snow?
I know, right?